Snuka in the early 80s had this finishing move, the Superfly Splash, where he would basically, his opponent was on the mat, and he would stand up on the top rope and he would perform a hand gesture. Chris, you want to? Yeah, there it is. He still remembers. And then he would do this, this like elaborate flip and land on his opponent and whatever. So let's flash back to 1985. And so there's, on the couch there's this innocent, just beautiful 7-month-old angel. And minding his own business. And Chris decides he's going to get up on the arm of the couch. And he's going to do the Superfly Snuka move on his younger cousin. And so Chris leaps into the air to basically pounce on me. Probably do some damage. And luckily there was an adult around, or maybe Robbie, I don't even know. Robbie was there, or someone was there. Yeah, it's midair. Chris was caught, and basically saved my life. So that's the oldest memory I have of Chris. But I did grow up with Chris, and I've had a lot of good memories over the years. Every weekend as a child, I would go over to Chris's house and stay the night, basically every weekend. And Chris's mom, Carol, she would always prepare the most delicious food. She's a very good cook. But for some reason, Chris always insisted on bologna and cheese sandwiches. And I don't know why, but he still eats 2 of them a week, minimum. Yeah, I guess he just never grew out of that. So, that's not good. Hannah, I met Hannah about 3.5 years ago. So I was living in San Francisco at the time, or still am. But Hannah and Chris met. I don't know if everyone. Anyway, Hannah and Chris met about 3.5 years, a little over 3.5 years ago, and they met here in Southern California, and Hannah was going to school in Washington, and Chris was contemplating moving up to San Francisco, and Hannah was planning on transferring to a school in San Francisco, and so I don't know if I really had to convince him, but he wanted to move up to San Francisco. So he arrived in San Francisco about a month before Hannah got there. And I knew there was something very special about Hannah because Chris and Hannah were still getting to know each other, but they would talk on the computer using Skype. And like I said, I knew there was something special about Hannah because Chris would giggle and he would literally run around the apartment like, I don't know, like a 14-year-old on their way to a Justin Bieber concert. Because he knew Hannah was gonna, he was gonna get to talk to her. And yeah, he said it's true because it is. No, but I knew that she was gonna be special to him based on that. And once she moved to San Francisco, they were basically inseparable. During the time that Chris was living in San Francisco and Hannah was always around, Chris would always work really long hours, and as you know, he majored in dance, so he would go to dance classes. But he always made time at the end of the day to always spend time with Hannah and hang out with Hannah. And I think, as many of you would agree, love isn't always easy. You definitely have to work at it. And I know Chris always works hard for what's best for him and his family. And today his family gets a little bit larger. It's a constant learning process, and I've been fortunate enough to see their love grow from where it began to where it is now. And they've really learned to love each other over the years. She's taught him how to cook. He's taught her how to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's a video game for you. You've been living under a rock or something. But she's taught him patience, and he taught her how to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare too. They had a sequel. But they both taught each other, I think, the most important thing, and that's how to love each other, and how to be there for each other, and how to understand each other's needs and wants. Over the past few years, like I said, I've had this wonderful pleasure of witnessing this relationship blossom into what it is today. And after having spent a lot of time with Hannah, I know that they're perfect for each other. Chris, I can say, having grown up with you my entire life, that we've always been there for each other. Since we were kids, we would play video games, we would watch Jurassic Park, we would act out scenes from Ghostbusters. All the way until 20 years later when we lived together, and we would play video games, we would watch Jurassic Park, and we would act out scenes from Ghostbusters. I want to say to you now that you're my best friend. I'm honored to be your best man. And you are extremely lucky to have found a woman like Hannah. And Hannah, it's going to be an uphill battle. With some hard work and dedication, I think you'll do all right. I'm just kidding. No, Hannah, before I knew you, like I said, I knew that you were going to be very special to Chris, and I knew that he had a special feeling about you. I can tell you now that he loves you more than anything in the world, and he will always put you first, because he doesn't know how to love any other way. So I look forward to seeing you guys grow together, and if everyone would raise their glasses. I wish you a lifetime of happiness, good fortune, and health. Cheers.
Cheers.
Plastic. All right. There you go. Absolutely.
Very well done, Gabe.
Clever.
Dude, you just choked that coffee.
That's all I got.
Yeah.